And so they are about to change the law to accommodate Leslie Price. Or so we think. They're not accommodating Leslie. They're accommodating Sebastian, who's getting ready to run in the next general election. And they're going to want him to be a cabinet minister. That man with all that money is going to pay his way through, just like how he's got the government buying up all of his electric cars because we can't afford them, because the current is go off too much. And all you have is a bunch of dead cars on the road. Because Sebastian has the money to buy his way through. And so now he's changing the law. Because what the PLP does, and the FNM too, they change the law for the rich. NIGAD got his stem cell research law. Sam Bankman-Fried got his cryptocurrency law. And now Sebastian is going to get his change of the gaming regulations. Something that should never happen. It should never happen. The way the law is the way that it should remain. There should be no conflict of interest. And Leslie Miller Bryce said, "Oh, I support this," because we don't have no sense to see it. And while they are changing this law, and while they're not putting in place while they're changing this law, because they can change laws, while they're getting ready to do all this stuff, while they're getting ready to line this up, they're telling you that they're not giving you the Freedom of Information Act. They're also telling you that there will not be any campaign finance reform laws before the next general election. Who do you think they're working for? Themselves or you? And both of them are together on this. PLP and FNM. They've been promising the Freedom of Information Act for more than 15 years. They've been promising campaign finance reform for more than 15 years. None of them are coming 15 years later. Because they are not working against each other. They are working against you, the Bahamian people, the electorate. Because they don't see each other as the enemy. They may be opponents, where they might have disagreements, but they're not enemies. But you, the Bahamian people, they see you as the enemy. So much so that they have no problems leaving the city, leaving the country to slackness, allowing passports to be sold left, right, and center so that they can build a voting bloc to support them if it means that they need to use that voting bloc to keep them in power against you, the Bahamian people. They have no care, no concern for you. What are you going to do about it, Bahamians? Where are you going to go? Who are you going to talk to? When are you going to wake up and say, you know what? All y'all got to go. When are you going to realize that when you elect the PLP, it ain't much different than when you elect the FNM? Literally, you might as well just let the PLP stay in power, because the FNM will be no different. When will you realize that? When will you realize that you need to throw both of them out of office so that they could see that you're not so caught up with them that you can't change your mind about them and get rid of them? When will you make them realize that, you know what? I am the boss. I do make the decisions. And regardless of how many t-shirts you give me, regardless of how many food slips, regardless of how many parties, airs you give away, regardless of what you do, you will not be able to sufficiently influence me so much so that I'm so stupid that I allow you to do whatever you want. Because that's what it is now. Frankie Florida called us stupid. Frankie Florida called us stupid. Frankie Florida called us dumb. When Brave Davis embraced Frankie Florida, was he agreeing with Frankie that the Bahamian people are dumb and stupid? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What was the message Brave was trying to convey to us when he was embracing Frankie? You all need to think.